Google Ads just updated their policy on unacceptable phone numbers, and you're going to want to know about this if you're using call extensions or call only ads, or if you have a Google business profile that's connected to your Google Ads account. If you get hit with an unacceptable phone number policy, you might get ads that get disapproved or extensions that get disapproved in your ad account, and you're going to want to know how to fix those. So, what does Google mean by unacceptable phone numbers? Google is targeting phone numbers that are associated with fraudulent activity or with a history of policy violations. That's what Google is looking at. Phone numbers that Google thinks are sketchy because they've been related to fraudulent activity related to Google Ads or somewhere else. But they give us a link where you can find more information about this, and Google shares a little more info. It actually is a little easier to trigger this policy than you might think. And so it's possible you've gotten hit with this policy and you're thinking to yourself, well, I didn't do anything sketchy. My phone number hasn't committed anything, any kind of fraud against Google, and I don't have an ad account that I refused to pay for and left Google holding the bag or anything like that. Why did I get hit with this policy? Click this link. I'll try to put a link in the description of this policy answer page here, but it tells you that Google is really just trying to keep their ad network safe, that when people click on an ad or call a phone number, they want to make sure that users are being directed to the right company, that the phone number is not going to charge them additional fees or anything crazy like that. So you can read more about it in this article right here. One thing I want to point out, though, is that Google is actually planning to go out and check to see if your phone number is actually working. So if you read the policy closely here, Google may occasionally place short test calls to the phone number provided to confirm its validity, accuracy, and relevance. That's really interesting. So Google might actually call your phone number to see if it's working. Here's what they're looking for. Google doesn't want phone numbers that are inaccurate, inactive, irrelevant, or that don't connect to the advertised company. So if I'm calling Bob's Plumbing and you answer the phone and you say Dale's HVAC services, that's not the company I called. That's not what it said in the ad. Google's not interested in that kind of thing happening on their network. They want to make sure customers are being connected with the company they expected to call. They're also going to target fax numbers, premium phone numbers, premium numbers being anything that charges you money to call it, like a 1-900 number in the US or an 871 number in the UK. And then vanity numbers meaning like 1-800 GOOG, right? Like numbers that have letters in them instead of numbers. You can't use a vanity number. Now, this goes a little deeper too. Phone numbers that aren't local or domestic for the location you're targeting. So like you couldn't use a Canadian number to target ads in the US. Virtual phone number services sounds a little scary. I don't know exactly what Google means by that. If you have some idea, leave it in the comments, let me know. Virtual phone number services could mean anything. They say, or personal numbering. This service is only available in certain countries like UK or Spain. Interesting. Virtual phone number services honestly sounds like it could include call tracking numbers, like CallRail, or high level tracking numbers, or even like a Google Voice type number if you have OpenPhone or Quo or whatever it's called now, or one of those types of phone numbers. I don't think that's what Google means here, but worth noting. I'd love some clarity on what virtual phone number services mean exactly. Maybe they mean like a virtual answering service where when somebody calls, they don't actually get a hold of your business. They just get a hold of a call center somewhere that fields your calls. I don't know. And then phone numbers that don't have an active voicemail service. I think this one is super, super important. And I bet a lot of small business owners trip over this because I talk to small business owners every day that don't have a voicemail set up on their company line. Maybe they're using their personal cell phone, and when customers call, there's just not a voicemail set up, which is unfortunate. But Google might actually disapprove your ads or your call extensions because your phone number doesn't have an active voicemail. So if you don't have voicemail set up on every single business line for your business, every phone number that you have for your business, go set up an active voicemail on each one of those lines right now. There's some additional information in here, location-specific restrictions and how to fix these issues when they pop up. By the way, Google Business Profile is called out here. So if your phone number on your Google Business Profile is in violation of any of these policies, I think that will get you a strike here as well. So you're going to want to know about this because these could lead to ad rejections in your account. They could even lead to your ads getting removed or your account being suspended in the future if you have repeated policy violations. So this could lead to your ad account getting suspended. Google says they're not going to suspend your ad account without warning, but that if you get repeated issues related to this phone number, unacceptable phone number policy, you could face a suspension. Anyways, if this video was helpful, hit like. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. And if you want more videos about Google Ads, if you run ads for clients or if you work at an agency or run an agency, Follow me here on YouTube. I post a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I run an agency. I've got a team of 10 right now, and we buy ads for local businesses and for national companies and franchises. We run ads for a lot of people, and I post videos here occasionally about what we're doing. And if you want more of them, the best way to get that is to hit like on this video, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will start making more videos about Google Ads. By the way, if you have questions about something specific, leave them in the comments or reach out to me. I got a website. I'll put a link to my website in the description. You could book a consult with me if you'd like, but you can also just reach out and let me know, hey, I'd love a video on this topic, and maybe I'll make a video for it. Let me know. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope this was helpful.